So this morning we are going to Vatican City. We're going to, first we're going to do the Scavi tour, which is where they believe St. Peter's.
The traditional spot for St. Peter's tomb.
Yes. Yeah. Where they believe, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to do that. And that was an interesting, we went through the Vatican to do it, which it's only like 20 euros. But Brian filled out a form and sent an email, and he got 2 emails back. One that said he did get the tour, and the second one said he didn't.
The first one that I got was the decline.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, shoot, we didn't get it.
Right.
And then I looked, I forget where I looked. I must have looked at maybe in my spam or something, because I had sent through that second form. And then I came through and was like, congratulations. Like, yes.
So they only do, like, I think they only take like 200 people a day for the Scavi.
It's pretty small.
Yeah, so you give them days and times that you're available, and then they'll tell you if they have room for you. Otherwise, you can go through a private company and do it, but it's like $100 or 100 euros. So we're going to do that, and then we'll go into St. Peter's Basilica and walk around there, and then we will climb the dome, but I think we're just going to do the elevator and then climb the top. At least that's what I'm going to do. If somebody else would like to climb the 500 steps, feel free. I'll see you at the top.
I've already got a number of badges for climbing Notre Dame, Milan, you know, so I think I can just do the elevator.
Okay. I've done all those with you, sweetheart. Yeah, last year we did St. Paul's in London.
Super cool.
So we always climb the dome wherever we're at. And what else? Oh, we're going to go to Bonci Pizzerium for lunch, and then get some gelato, and then we have dinner
At All Pompier.
Yeah, in our little neighborhood tonight. So, and then we might walk by the Castel Sant'Angelo too. So we might just walk around. We might take a nap. We didn't sleep well last night, so we'll see how we're doing. Yeah, it's hard. So
you wake up at like 1 o'clock in the middle of the night and you go, I slept great.
I
Must
know.
be 8 hours later, and you're like, nope, that was 3 hours.
Yes, we're both like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. It's time to get up, and then we're like, oh, no, not.
Nope.
So anyway, we'll take you along. Oh, but during the Scavi tour, there's no photos or video allowed, so we can't show you anything from that. So.
We'll get some pictures from St. Peter's, though.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And there you can see St. Peter's Basilica. Yeah, you should. If I understood correctly, St. Peter's tomb is directly underneath this canopy that's being worked on presently.
Based on all of the archaeological evidence that we were just privy to. That was a fabulous tour.
It was a great tour. We highly recommend it. So we are on the top or we took the elevator up, which is like 200 steps, I believe, which everyone was doing. So these are all mosaics. Not sure if you guys can see, there's that round golden globe. That's the pine cone garden of the Vatican Museum. And this whole, all of this. And right here, that's the Sistine Chapel. So this whole building is the Vatican Museum. Alright, so we're at Bonci Pizza, and we got the potato, and this is mortadella with spicy red sauce. And then she was so sweet, she just gave us...
Yeah, she gave us a...
What is it? Is it a souffle? Yeah. And I forget what kind. I think it's
she said,
white carbonara, or...
Yeah, I think this might be the ragu, or the wagyu one that I was looking at.
And she was like, it's so delicious. So it was really sweet of her. And then Brian got some sort of
Italian beer,
and I got a water.
Oh my goodness. Dude.
Ooh, yum.
That is crazy. It's like that. It's really good.
Cacio e pepe?
Yeah, it's really good. The cheese, I don't know. There's something in there. It reminds me of something, but it's really good. It's even better than last night, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so we are back from Vatican City, and we did take the Scavi tour today. It was a little confusing how to get there, but we just asked the Polizia. I mean, we got to Vatican City, but it's not super clear. It's not like, it's outside of St. Peter's Square, and it's kind of tucked away and has its own like security and entrance to do that.
Which is a nice thing.
Yes,
by the way.
Because it did not... So we didn't have to do the whole Basilica, get there at 7:30 in the morning or wait in a line for 3 hours, because once you're done with the tour, you immediately go up to the Basilica. So that was really nice. The Scavi tour was definitely worth it. If you like history or archaeology.
Oh, yeah. Really cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, and she was super informative. There was not very many people in our group.
I think 8 or 10.
Yeah, maybe
max.
10. So, and yeah, it was really nice. So then we went up to the Basilica, which is gorgeous. And then we did do the dome.
That was a challenge.
Yeah, that was hard. Harder than any dome we've probably ever done.
And we even got to skip like half of it.
Yeah. But it's super narrow.
Yeah.
I think that was the big difference we were saying.
Yeah.
And then, where the dome comes down. So also if you're really tall, so it's really claustrophobic, and it's also windy.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple different spots where you have to go up these
narrow, windy.
Sorts of, it's, if you're at all having difficulty physically, you do not want to go.
No. Even
it is really amazing. You can see the whole city of Rome. It has a beautiful outlook on St. Peter's Square.
Right.
So yeah, it's worth it.
Right, definitely worth it.
It is super challenging.
Right. And there were some young girls, like 20-year-olds, that were right behind us, and I was in front, Brian was behind me, and I was like, oh shoot, I hate it when like tons of young people behind us, because I'm like, they're gonna be like, move over, lady.
No, they were gassed.
But they were totally, we all we stopped and took a break, and they were like, oh, this is so hard. They were Italian. But then when we all made it to the top, they were like, we made it. We got here.
Yeah.
So everybody, I think, is feeling that way. But even if you don't want to go all the way to the top, you can take the elevator to kind of the bottom of the dome, and then you can see in the cathedral, and you can see the mosaics, which is really cool. So definitely do that at the least. And it's only like $10.
Even if you don't go up to the top,
even if you don't climb to the top.
You can go to the
rooftop, the terrace.
You see the I think they call it the cupola, or I don't know exactly what they call it, but it's that first level.
Right.
And
you can get views of the city, and you can see inside, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So that was
super cool.
was fun. We were there
all day
till like 2, I think, or 1:15.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Okay, so then we walked from Vatican City to Bonci Pizza, which it's about a mile north or east. West?
Almost west.
Okay.
Because when we were finished having lunch, we were like, okay, how long is it going to take us to walk back? And the map said of almost an hour.
Right.
Because it was like 2.5 miles.
Right.
So
and
we took a cab instead.
Yeah, because we already had 15,000 steps in, and my feet were killing. I could have gone more. I think we both could have gone.
Oh, yeah, we probably
could have
gone.
I mean, you had better shoes on than me probably, but my feet were killing me. Yeah. But anyway.
So the pizza at Bonci was fabulous. So it was really creative, style pizza, and all kinds of different toppings and flavors. And they have other stuff too, like souplis and things like that. But so we got a potato pizza. And then I saw a pizza that I liked. I said, I'll cut off, because they cut it by the slice. So you tell them how much you want. Yeah. And then you can get like the big slice, or you can get a little thin slice. So, and then they heat it up for you. So we ordered a couple slices, and I got one that had a red kind of spicy sauce on top with a layer of mortadella in the middle. And I'll honestly say I had no idea the mortadella was even in there. But when she cut it, we're like, oh, that looks really delicious. So both of those pizzas were really good. And the really cool thing is we walked up to the desk, because you kind of go through this process. You get a number, you give them your order, and then you wait a few minutes, and then they tell you it's ready. And the lady who took our order, she's like, have you ever had one of these? And we said, no, the souplis that they had displayed. And it's like, no, but we'll be fine. And she's like, this one's really delicious. Yeah. Why don't you take this one? And
we had already paid.
Yeah, we had already paid. And she's like, it's on the house. So it was super cool.
Nice.
And I'll honestly say that was probably the best soupli.
Yeah.
Well, we've only had two so far, but that one was next level.
Yeah, it was great. So good. And this pizza, he lets it rise, I think, for 72 hours, and it's more like a focaccia type of crust versus the pizza that we had yesterday was a thin crust.
But it wasn't heavy. It was pretty light.
No. Yeah. I ate both of my slices. And this is another Roman specialty, is this pizza by the slice.
Right.
Yeah. So that was great. So we highly recommend that. It's affordable. I think we got 2. Brian got a beer. I got water. And then we got 4 slices. It was like €17. It was totally filling. Totally filling. So highly recommend that.
But it is super popular, and lots of people know about it. We got lucky, I think, because we were there a little bit
around 2
later.
Yeah.
So it was past lunch hour. So if you're there when it's busy,
you might have to wait
a little while. Right. But it's worth it. Right. And it's not expensive.
And it's just you walk up to the counter and order. There's no restaurant or anything, and there's really not anywhere to sit or stand. I mean, there's like one bench and a couple small tables. So
that would be the drawback. Yeah, there are like a couple like standing tables where you can stand there and eat. Right. There's no place to sit though. No. I mean, there's a bench on the street, but
it's one bench,
and it's right next to some garbage cans where all of the
pigeons,
you name it, birds of every kind is just waiting for you to drop something. So, yeah, it was fun. It was kind of cool. Great.
So now we're going to
All Pompier.
Yeah, which is right just around the corner.
Yeah.
And that's for dinner tonight. And they're supposed to specialize in Roman dishes. And Martina recommended this restaurant. Yeah. You guys know that we usually do her guides and stuff. So
yeah, it should be fun.
So we'll bring you along.
yesterday when I said, but the wine was a 3.8. It was good though. I think that's what was happening before. You know, how it would like kick
So we got one of the 4 famous pastas. This is cacio e pepe, and we're splitting it actually. So this is a half a serving.
really delicious.
Really delicious. And then we're splitting the eggplant parm because I couldn't resist that. It's my favorite.
A little espresso too.
Brian wanted avocado. And we're still gonna go for gelato, right?
Absolutely.
All right, I got my pistachio. We're at Fata Morgana, and Brian got a stracciatella. Very good.
It's the best. Don't do anything else.